haven't had a sit-down video in a while, and here I am. Today, I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I think that's what it's called. I've seen a lot of people do them, and now, because I have a YouTube channel, I get to do it. And I don't get to just say the answers in my head like I usually do. So I'm very excited about it. Okay, I'm just going to get right into it because I read 38 books this year, which is amazing for me because I've never read that much in like my whole entire life. This year has been amazing reading wise for me. So let's get into it. The first question is best book you've read so far. I'm going to mention these books a lot, so I'm just going to explain everything about them now. It's the Leica series by Kristen Becker-Ritchie. They are kind of like a spin-off series to the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series. So basically it's about those characters as children, and they're all bodyguard romances. I started this series just like on a whim because I wanted to try bodyguard romance. I read one before that and I really liked it, so I was like, okay, let's find some more. Obsessed. You know how I'm like absolutely in love with the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Dark Artifices trilogy by Cassandra Clare? These books, up there with them. I have 3 favorite series now. They're not 2 anymore, they're 3. They're so good. The characters are so lovable. The plot is great. The pacing is great. Love everything about them. So best book I've read so far, probably the whole series, but I will say my favorite books were about Maximoff and Pharaoh, and I'll get into that later. Next question is best sequel you've read. So I could also mention Lovers Like Us, which is the second book in the Leica series, and that was an amazing sequel. But I'm also going to mention the only physical book that I read this year because everything else I've read on my Kindle, and that is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. I can't really tell you what this series is about because it connects to a different series, and if I tell you what this series is about, it's going to spoil that one, so I'm just not going to do that. But you can look at the cover. It's beautiful. It's really pretty. I read this in February, I think, right after I finished my first semester. So it was amazing. As you can see, I loved it. These are the tabs, and it also has really pretty like photos all throughout it. He's one of my favorite characters. This is Thomas. That's all you need to know. A new release you haven't read yet but want to. One of the novellas from Ali Hazelwood, Under One Roof, I haven't read yet. I read the other one that's out as an ebook, Stuck With You, and I quite liked that one. I gave it 4 stars, I think. I guess that one was quite anticipated because I was excited about it, but I still haven't read it just because I keep wanting to read other books. Next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Connecting to the Leica series, the new book in the series was supposed to come out June 28th, and I was very excited about it. I was like, I'm gonna read it the day that it comes out. I'm just gonna finish it, bang, all at once. That's it. They postponed the release date, which is fine. I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter. But that means it's gonna come out while I'm on holiday. It's coming out June 22nd. Not June, July 22nd. And I'm very, very, very excited about it. And also, another new release is Lily Gold is a reverse harem author, which is a genre that I never thought I'd read, but I am absolutely in love with. Well, I guess it's a trope, it's not a genre, but it doesn't matter. I love her books, I've read all of them, and she said that it might come out in July, the next one. So when that one comes out, I am absolutely gonna read it. And another new release is by Ali Hazelwood, Love on the Brain. I think it comes out in August. So that one I'm also super excited about. There's actually quite a lot of books to look forward to. That's quite fun. Okay, so now we have the biggest disappointment of the year. I'm gonna split this into 2 questions. I'm gonna do the most disappointing book and the worst book I've read this year because they are 2 very different questions and I have different books for them. So most disappointing read was The Royals Next Door. Not because it wasn't good. It was good. I think I gave it 3.75 stars. So how I rate my books is anything above 3 stars I've liked, and how much I've liked it depends on what kind of rating it got. So 3.75, I still liked it. It's very close to 4 stars. I just was a bit disappointed because I thought I would like it more. And now the worst book I've read this year. I tried reading an Omegaverse book. I hated it. It was fine in the beginning because usually if I don't like a book, I don't waste my time trying to finish it. I'll just DNF it. But this one, I was so deep into it when it started getting really bad and infuriating that I had to finish it. So I did, and I hated it. And I have never rated a book below 3 stars because I usually DNF books at that point. I think I gave it 2.5 stars. It was really bad. Oh, I didn't even say what the book is called. It's called Baby and the Late Night Howlers. If you're thinking of reading it, don't. Just save yourself the pain and the suffering that I went through and just skip over it. Don't read it. Favorite new author? Well, it's 2 authors because they write books together, and those are Kristen Becker-Ritchie that wrote the Leica series. But I've also started reading the Addicted and Calloway sister series because I do everything backwards. So I read the Leica series and now I'm reading the prequel series, which is actually the original series. I never do anything right. I decided to go back and read the other books because I like Kristen Becker-Ritchie's writing, and the parents do show up in the books and I really liked them. So I went back and now I want to read their stories. A new fictional crush. I really have to go with Aiden Graves from The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata because that man is so fine. I love that book. I gave it 5 stars. I read it really early in the year. I think it was the 2nd book or the 3rd book that I read this year. So, great start. So good. So good. Immaculate. A newest favorite character. I'm definitely going with Maximoff and Pharaoh from the Leica series, like I mentioned like a billion times by now. Their books are the first books, and then there's 2 other books, and then it's their last book. You have to read them in order. Those 2 are the loves of my life. They own my heart. They are my comfort characters now. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but I'm rereading their books even though I read them in March. And that is saying something. So yeah, I'm in love with them. I've never seen a healthier relationship in a book than their relationship, and their characters are so consistent throughout the books. Kristen Becker-Ritchie did an amazing job at it, and I love them to death. What books made you cry? I'm getting annoying now, but the Leica series definitely made me cry. This book also made me cry. And then another book that made me cry was Addicted for Now by Kristen Becker-Ritchie. I don't know why that book hit, but it did. I was bawling by the end. Really loved it. I don't remember what rating I gave it. I'll put it on the screen. Those are the books that made me cry this year. What book made you happy? Okay, I have a good one for this one. Don't worry, I won't mention the series again, even though I want to. For this one, I'm gonna go with The Upside of Falling. This was also a very surprising book because I wasn't expecting to like love it, but I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it, and I felt like the message in the book was very clear, and I was bawling by the end. Like, I really loved this book, and it's really fun. It's a fake dating romance. It's in high school. There's no smut in it, and it's just so cute, and it's so good, and I loved the characters. Books to read by the end of the year. I have a lot of books that I want to read this year, but I'm just gonna settle with what I want to read this month. At least the first book in the Raven cycle, which is The Raven Boys. I want to read Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower by Kristen Becker-Ritchie. I think those are the books that I want to read, definitely, by the end of the year. And that concludes this tag video. That was really fun. I really liked that. I'm also in a really good mood, so I'm hoping this helped. I hope it at least brought a smile to your face because I've been smiling the whole video and I can't stop. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. If you want to subscribe, comment, like, comments do make my day, but you absolutely don't have to. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.